In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to break out of pentatonic scales and patterns using just one note. Let's get started. Alrighty, in today's lesson, I'm going to show you how to add color to your improvising, and I'm going to not overcomplicate it. We're going to keep it simple. We're not going to talk about modes. We're not going to talk about scales. We're not going to talk about crazy chord extensions. I'm just going to give it to you so you can start using it right away. There are four different modalities, of learning music: visual, auditory, meaning hearing, kinesthetic, meaning feeling, and intellectual. And when we learned our first stuff on the guitar, chances are it was visual. You know, we see something on the neck, we see a pattern, and it sticks. And if we play it enough, it eventually wires together with the ears, auditory, and the hand, kinesthetic. So when we learned that first pentatonic scale kind of thing, it just wires so hard that it's difficult to get new things in when we're in the heat of the moment improvising. Okay, so for this video, we're going to do mainly A minor. In fact, we're going to do all A minor, and it's going to be based around this shape of a pentatonic scale. We're going to start there because I'm going to just assume that you know that. This shape around the 5th fret. Okay, so I'm going to just play some blues-based stuff first. I'm assuming that you can play some blues and that you've seen a pentatonic scale before. So this is going to be the before section, and then after I play some bluesy stuff, I'm going to add the new pentatonic breakout thing for you. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's an example of some kind of blues bass playing. And by the way, I'm going to put the link of that backing track in the description. I found it on Spotify, so there are backing tracks on Spotify. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'll be posting subscriber-only content here, such as reviews. I'll let you take a look behind the scenes at what I do. I'll tell you all about my gear. You'll get brand new guitar lessons and good old guitar videos. I don't want you to miss out on the freebies and goodies either that I will be sending to subscribers only. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that YouTube notifies you when I post something new. So that was bluesy stuff. And one of the reasons I'm doing this on an acoustic guitar and not playing anything fast is to just show this to you in the simplest form. You can then apply it to electric or any other type of guitar. Okay, so here's the thing. Here is the thing. Instead of going visual, I want you to start making the connection auditory. I want you to be able to sing the note that I'm about to teach you. Okay, so far, if we go, that's And any of those notes could be a melody note over A minor, right? Wee, be, da, 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 do, 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 do. So, now what I want you to do is play the note B with your third finger, which is on the 7th fret, high E string. And if you put an A minor chord under it, wee, blah, da, 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 da. Now, there's a lot of different names for that, but let's not get into the theory yet. I'll do that at the end. I just want you to listen as though you were singing a song. Now, I didn't encounter these kind of sounds until I went to college and started playing in R&B bands, because you're not really going to find this in AC/DC or like hard rock. You're just not going to find that as a melody note. It starts to be a little too jazzy. But you will find it in songs like Jezebel by Sade. That's a great artist to listen to for this sort of very smooth jazzy sound with that stuff. I was first introduced to this sound on one of my favorite George Benson albums. I think it's just called Masquerade. And if you listen to the songs This Masquerade and Affirmation on that record, the way he plays, you're going to hear him kind of juicing this kind of melody note. And if you really want to do your homework, your jazz homework, look up the tune Speak Low. That uses that melody note. Now, before I get into theoretically what it is, I'm going to put the backing track back on, and I'm going to kind of razzle on that note a little bit. And I want you to do the same. I just want you to... It's a color. It's a new color that we're throwing in to this ecosystem of the notes that you're already playing. And you're going to have to saturate your ears, your eyes, and your touch with this sound. And if you can hear, woo, yeah, if you can hear that as a melody note that you might use, then it will wire. So it won't be this intellectual thing that you're trying to throw in. You know, I see a lot of players who are great blues players, and they get frustrated when they learn something jazzy and then try to put it in and it doesn't work. But see, that's understandable, because you have to have the right thing in the right habitat. For example, if you were going to a Texas barbecue joint, you probably wouldn't have truffles and caviar. Or if you went hiking in the mountains, you wouldn't wear a tuxedo. You know, so sometimes these jazzy notes are incompatible with the background that you're envisioning. So that's really important. So let's go to the backing track, and I'm going to give you a sample of what that note might sound like. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Then you can mix some blues. Alrighty, I'm back. I've adjusted my shirt. My shirt was falling off. It was getting hot and heavy in here playing that little solo for you. Now, the first and very most important thing is that you just do this on the guitar, and it's going to take time until it wires in your eyes, in your touch, and in your ears. But it's just one note I'm asking you to sort of massage and work into your playing, okay? And the most important thing is, can you sing it? Another song, if you want to look up an old jazz standard now that I just sang, that is What Are You Doing the Rest of Your Life? That song focuses on that melody note, and if you learn the song, you'll learn the sound of that note. So now, what is it? The first way we can look at this note is it's the second note in an A minor scale. You know, if we're on A minor, we go, right? 1, 2, 3. It's the second note of an A minor. Now, a more jazz-oriented way of looking at it would be to call it the ninth. And I don't want to make your head explode with that. It just means that there's a special sort of shimmer if it's heard above the seventh. So for those of you, if you want extra credit, you can razzle on this pattern for a while. Over A minor. You'll be actually arpeggiating up the chord and hearing a different kind of support underneath the chord. But if that's making your head explode right now, don't worry about it. I just want you to get this sound so that you could sing it away from an instrument. Blah, you could sing the note blue, blah, bling, 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 and you can imagine ba, 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 ba. You could imagine A minor behind it. Okay? Now, another way to look at this is it's the beginning of the sound of Dorian mode. Don't worry about thinking that you have to learn any scales, because if you know a pentatonic scale and then you add this note, you've got 6 out of the 7 notes of the Dorian mode already. Okay, so a way that you can think of that is you thought the solar system had 5 planets, the notes of the pentatonic scale, and you've discovered another planet just a little bit further out. Okay, the lesson here is, the big takeaway is, with any of these jazzy sounds, sing them like melody notes. Okay, that is the key to digesting the sound, because if you're a blues player and you're just trying to then throw a lick in, you know, your musical instinct will reject it, because it's going to go, ugh, it's not going to feel right. So you have to work these sounds in on the singing and auditory level, because trying to see every single pattern on the guitar neck will ultimately boggle your mind too much. But if you recognize the tone and the sound here, just the sound, whee! Okay? So if you dive into that, it will start to come out in your playing perhaps in a couple of weeks. Don't look for results right away. Okay, so I really hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. That's really, really important, because even if you subscribe, you might not see my videos when new ones come up. So that will help you out. And I just want to thank you for watching. All right, God bless.